Good morning from my Porto. Before the sun properly wakes, the city offers its first, quiet greetings. The day begins not with an alarm, but with a subtle shift in the air, a sound carried on the breeze from the Douro River. I wake early, around 6 in the morning, when the sky above Rua das Flores is a soft pale blue, like a washed-out watercolor painting. Looking from my window, the street below is almost empty, save for a baker making his first delivery, and the distant echo of a street cleaner's broom. This is the Porto that belongs to us, the locals, before the world rushes in. The real magic of Porto isn't found in rushing from one landmark to another, but in the small, lived-in moments between them. It's in the taste of the first coffee, the sound of a neighbor's greeting, the feeling of ancient cobblestones beneath your feet. The concept of a perfect day here is simply embracing the city's natural rhythm. We will start with the rising sun and follow its path across the sky, watching how its light changes the colors of the tiled facades and the surface of the river. We will experience the city as it transitions from its sleepy morning phase into the bustling energy of midday, and then mellows into the golden glow of the afternoon. Each part of the day has its own character, its own rituals, its own beauty. This is Porto from sunrise to starlight, a full and satisfying journey that unfolds one step at a time, just as it does for those of us lucky enough to call it home. Today, 2025-10-13, is a beautiful autumn day, crisp and clear, perfect for walking. The air has that slight chill that makes a warm coffee feel like a treasure, and a sunny spot feel like a gift. So, come with me. Let's leave the apartment and step into the quiet morning. The day is fresh, the city is stirring, and there is so much to see, to taste, and to feel. We will not rush. We will simply walk, and listen, and let Porto reveal itself to us. Not as a destination on a map, but as a living, breathing place with a story to tell around every corner. This is our day, a perfect day, unfolding in the heart of northern Portugal. Let's go. The first essential stop, before the day truly begins, is for coffee. It's just past 7, and the city's cafes are beginning to stir with a quiet energy. I walk a few blocks to a small, standing room-only cafe that has been here for generations. The air inside is thick with the rich, powerful aroma of freshly ground coffee beans. Here, we don't linger over large, milky concoctions. We order a bica, a short, strong shot of espresso that delivers a swift and potent wake-up call. The owner, a man with kind eyes and a familiar smile, already has it waiting for me on the counter. I drink it standing, exchanging quick bom dia greetings with the other early risers. This is a ritual, a small moment of connection that fuels the start of our day. With the warmth of the coffee still with me, I begin my slow walk through the awakening city. The sun is climbing higher now, casting long shadows and illuminating the famous azulejo tiles that adorn so many of Porto's buildings. Near the Carmo Church, the blue and white tiles shine with a faint, ceramic glow, telling epic stories without a single word. In the distance, I hear the distinctive, cheerful bell of a vintage tram. Tram 22 clatters along its tracks, a moving piece of history. While tourists often ride it for the novelty, many locals still use it for short hops across the city center, a charming alternative to the more modern metro system. The city feels small and intimate in these moments, a tapestry woven from old sounds and timeless sights. My walk inevitably leads me to the heart of Porto's morning commerce. The Mercado do Bolhão. Reopened after a grand restoration, the market is a vibrant explosion of color, sound, and scent. By 8:30 a.m., it is in full swing. Stalls are piled high with gleaming fruits, fresh vegetables, glistening fish resting on beds of ice, fragrant bouquets of flowers. The vendors, mostly women with powerful voices and quick smiles, call out to familiar customers. I stop to admire a display of peaches, their fuzzy skins blushing in the morning light. The market is more than just a place to buy groceries. It is a social hub, a place to catch up on local news, share a joke, and feel the pulse of the community. Before leaving the market, there is one more tradition to honor. I buy a pastel de nata, the iconic Portuguese custard tart, from a small bakery stall tucked in a corner. It is still warm from the oven, its pastry flaky and its custard rich and caramelized on top. I eat it right there, standing amidst the hustle and bustle, letting the sweet creamy flavor mark the true beginning of my day. This simple pleasure, a warm pastry in hand while surrounded by the bounty of the region, is a perfect summary of the Porto morning. It is a time of simple routines, sensory delights, and a deep, comforting connection to the rhythms of local life. Delicious. As mid-morning gives way to noon, the city's energy shifts. The gentle hum of the early hours is replaced by a more purposeful buzz. Students from the University of Porto rush between classes. Shopkeepers are busy attending to a steady stream of customers. Near the magnificent São Bento train station, I pause for a moment. While tourists stand mesmerized by the 20,000 blue tiles depicting scenes from Portugal's history, locals like me hurry past, giving the masterpiece a familiar, affectionate glance. We know its beauty well. It is part of the backdrop of our daily commutes, a grand gateway to our city that we pass through on our way to work, appointments, and midday errands. My path naturally winds downhill, following the slope of the land toward the Douro River. The air grows cooler and carries the faint scent of salt and water. I arrive at the Ribeira, the city's iconic riverside district. Panoramic Ribeira with colorful houses, the Douro River, and people sitting by the waterfront. The waterfront is a kaleidoscope of brightly painted, narrow houses stacked together like a child's building blocks. People sit on the stone steps of the Cais da Ribeira, basking in the sun, their laughter mixing with the calls of seagulls. Boats, including the traditional Rabelo boats that once transported port wine, float gently on the wide, placid river. Families gather, friends chat over a drink, and lovers watch the world go by. Around 1 o'clock, the city's thoughts turn collectively to lunch. The air becomes fragrant with the smells of grilling fish, garlic, and baking bread. For many working locales, lunch is a quick but substantial affair. A hugely popular choice is the Francesinha, Porto's legendary sandwich. It is a monstrous, delicious creation, layered with ham, sausage, and steak, covered in melted cheese, and drowned in a rich, spicy tomato and beer sauce. It's a hearty meal designed to fuel an afternoon of hard work. For those seeking something lighter, we often share a platter of bolinhos de bacalhau, codfish cakes, or a simple grilled fish with potatoes and salad. Food is a cornerstone of our culture, and even a quick lunch is an opportunity for flavor and fellowship. After my own lighter meal of grilled sardines at a small tasca in a Ribeira alleyway, I take a moment to simply observe the flow of life. Transport in this part of the city is varied. While many walk, you can also see people opting for the funicular dos Guindais, a glass-walled cable car that offers a swift, scenic ride up the steep hill to the upper level of the Dom Luís de Faro bridge. Others might take a water taxi across the river to Vila Nova de Gaia. The blend of ancient and modern transport options is classic Porto, a city that honors its past while seamlessly integrating the conveniences of the present. The midday hours are a testament to this dynamic balance of work, leisure, and enduring tradition. Ah, it's lovely. I choose a small family-run cellar for a tour and tasting. Inside, the air is cool, smelling of aging wood and fermenting grapes. A guide explains the centuries-old process. Then comes the tasting. Tawny. Ruby. Returning to Porto, I stroll through the commercial center, but head for independent shops. On Rua de Belomonte, I enter a tiny artisan studio where ceramics are crafted by hand. The owner recognizes me and shows her latest pieces. I pick a hand-painted tile dish, a perfect gift. These small shops are Porto's soul. Owners are storytellers and custodians of craft, remembering faces, sharing news, adding personal touches. Around 4 or 5, the city pauses for a relaxed coffee break. This is a leisurely afternoon coffee. I meet a friend at an outdoor café with the Clérigos Tower nearby. We sip and watch children return from school, and office workers head home. The Baroque tower looms above. Tourists queue for the 240 steps, while we enjoy it from below. This small moment to breathe and connect is part of the day's gentle cadence. Yeah, it's just one of those perfect pauses. As the afternoon sun begins its slow descent, it bathes Porto in a magical golden light. This is the hour to seek out a perfect spot to watch the day's final performance. My favorite place for this is across the river in Gaia, at the Jardim do Moro. It's a grassy park, perched on a hill, right next to the upper deck of the Dom Luís XIV Bridge. By 6:30, a relaxed and happy crowd has gathered. University students, young couples and families spread blankets on the grass. Some have brought a bottle of wine or a guitar. The atmosphere is one of quiet, shared celebration as we all turn our faces to the west. The view is simply unparalleled, offering a panoramic spectacle of the entire historic center of Porto as it is set ablaze with hues of orange, pink, and deep gold. As the last sliver of sun disappears below the horizon, the city lights begin to twinkle on, one by one, reflecting like scattered diamonds on the dark surface of the Douro. The bridges light up, tracing their elegant forms against the deepening twilight sky. This transition from day to night feels like a collective sigh of contentment across the city. With the spectacle over, people slowly pack up their blankets, and thoughts turn to dinner. While many local families prefer to cook at home, gathering around the dinner table to share stories of their day, going out for a meal is also a beloved tradition, especially on a beautiful evening like this. The choice of restaurants is vast, from traditional tascas to modern, innovative kitchens. Tonight, I choose a small, family-owned restaurant in a less trafficked alley near the river. The menu is simple and focuses on what the Atlantic does best: fresh seafood. My friends and I decide to share several small dishes, or petiscos, a style of eating that encourages conversation and community. We order grilled octopus drizzled with olive oil, clams cooked with garlic and coriander, and a simple tomato salad. The meal is accompanied by a crisp, cold bottle of Vinho Verde, the region's famous green wine. For us, dinner is not just about the food, it's a time to unwind, to connect, to laugh, and to strengthen the bonds of friendship. We talk for hours, our voices mingling with the happy chatter from surrounding tables. The signature dishes of Porto are always on offer, and you can smell the rich sauce of a Francesinha or the comforting aroma of tripas à moda do Porto wafting from nearby kitchens. But tonight, the simple, fresh flavors of the sea feel just right. The meal is unhurried, a slow and savory chapter in the day's story. It is a time for nourishment of both body and soul, a perfect representation of the Portuguese love for good food, good wine, and even better company, all enjoyed under the soft glow of the evening lights. Yep, it's really lovely. After a long and satisfying dinner, the night invites a final, peaceful walk. While certain parts of the city are just coming to life, others are settling into a profound calm. The area around Galerías de Paris transforms into the vibrant epicenter of Porto's nightlife, with music spilling out from bustling bars, young people laughing on the streets. But Porto's nights are multifaceted. You do not have to wander far to find tranquility. I prefer to meander back along the riverbank, where the crowds have thinned and the mood is serene and contemplative. The cool night air feels refreshing. The only sounds are the gentle lapping of the river against the stone quay and the distant hum of the city. The lights of the city and the illuminated port wine cellars in Gaia cast a soft, romantic glow over everything. The Dom Luís XIV Bridge stands as a majestic, floodlit sculpture against the dark sky. It is a time for slow steps and quiet thoughts. On my way home, I walk through the narrow, winding lanes of the old town, away from the main thoroughfares. Streets paved with worn cobblestones glisten under the orange glow of old-fashioned street lamps. My footsteps echo gently in the quiet. It feels as if I have stepped back in time. Most small shops are closed, their wooden doors shut for the night. Residential windows show the soft lights of homes where families are winding down. Occasionally, a pleasant surprise awaits. A small bakery stays open late, its windows still glowing warmly. The baker finishes preparations and offers a small sweet roll, a pão de Deus, with a friendly nod. This act of kindness is so typical of Porto, the city's true character revealed in small human interactions. I thank him and continue my walk, the warm pastry in my hand. The city feels safe and familiar, like a friend walking me home. The rhythm has slowed to a gentle, resting heartbeat, a peaceful end to a full day. Finally, I arrive back at my apartment. Before going inside, I pause one last time to look at the street. It is nearly midnight, and the city is breathing quietly. The pale blue of dawn has been replaced by deep indigo night. The day has come full circle. From my window, a faint, distant melody drifts. Perhaps fado from a far restaurant. The taste of the morning coffee, the colors of the market, the warmth of the sun at the viewpoint, the taste of port wine, the joy of a shared meal, the peace of this final walk. It was a simple day, yet it was filled with everything that makes life here so rich. This is the Porto that I know and love. And so, the day in Porto concludes, not with a grand finale, but with a quiet, contented sigh. It began with the first light touching the ancient stones and ends under a blanket of soft night lights. This journey from wake to dusk has been a reflection of the city's soul. It has been a day of simple pleasures, a strong bica to start, a fresh pastel de nata at the market, a slow meal with friends, and a sunset that painted the sky with fire. We have seen the city at work and at play, felt its history in the blue tiles of São Bento, and tasted its heritage in a glass of port wine. This is the authentic rhythm of life for many of us who call this city home. This perfect day was not about a checklist of attractions, but about an immersion in atmosphere. It was about the friendly bom dia from a shopkeeper, the sound of the tram bell echoing in a narrow street, and the magnificent view of the 6 bridges spanning the Douro. It was about feeling the warmth of the sun on your face at a riverside café and the cool damp air in a wine cellar. Porto's charm is not loud or demanding. It is gentle, welcoming, and deeply rooted in its community. The city doesn't just show you its beauty, it invites you to become a part of it, even if just for a day.